Welcome, students of Standard 8. Under the tokens, today we are going to discuss about operators. Now, what are operators? Operators are the symbols that are used to carry all types of calculations, that is, both arithmetical as well as conditional calculations. Arithmetic means like 3 plus 5 or 3 into 5. Conditional means x greater than y or x not equal to 5. So these are some examples of arithmetic calculations and conditional calculations. So when we use operators, there are basically three types of operators: arithmetic operators, conditional operators, and assignment operators. Okay, arithmetic operators, conditional operators, and assignment operators. Arithmetic operators that are used to perform arithmetic calculations like plus, minus, into, slash, modulus. Okay, then there is another type of operator in arithmetic operator that is called this one, plus plus and minus minus. That's called increment operator, increment, and this is called decrement, decrement, means increase and decrease by one always. Okay, so let us understand this concept first. Then we have a conditional operator. In conditional operator we have three operators, but in this case, in your case, we'll be discussing only two of them. That is, the first one is called relational operator and the second one is called logical operator. And in assignment we have two, that is called shorthand operator and simple assignment operator. Okay, shorthand assignment operator and simple assignment operator. So we'll discuss, first of all, we'll discuss about arithmetic operators. Let us see about arithmetic operators. In case of arithmetic operators, for example, but you should know which operator is to be used first. Okay, remember, the first operator to be used is your bracket. In case of arithmetic, I'm talking about arithmetic operators. The first operator is parenthesis. Then you have the increment and the decrement, whichever is on the left hand side will be used. Third, multiplication, division, and then the modulus will be used. Fourth, you'll have plus and minus. Okay, so these are the arithmetic operators that are to be used. Now I have given you 1, 2, 3, 4. They are supposed to be, that means the first one to be used is parenthesis, followed by increment and decrement operators, then multiplication and division, that is quotient, and the remainder. This is modulus, means remainder, it will give you the remainder operator, and then plus and minus. So they have this is called, this structure is called precedence operator, precedence. That means which operator is to be used first. So the priority that is attached to the operator, to the use of operators, is known as operator precedence. Okay, so first operator to be used, arithmetic operator is to be used, and then in that case the first one to be used is bracket, then followed by increment and decrement. Then we have your multiplication, division, and the remainder operator. Then we have a plus and minus. So let's understand this one, the concept here. Like for example, I'll give you 3 plus 5 into, okay, 4 minus 6 divided by 7. Remember, these are all whole numbers. So whole numbers will always result into whole numbers. Okay, So the first one to be used is your bracket, so bracket is not there. Second one, plus plus minus minus, that is also not there. So the third one that is to be used is the multiplication, division and modulus. Okay, whichever is on the left hand side will be used first. So the first operator in this case is your multiplication, so this will be solved. So it will be 3 plus 5 into 4, 20 minus 6 divided by 7. Then the next operator over here having the same precedent, that is division is there present, so division will be solved with next. Okay, so 6 divided by 7. When you divide 6 by 7, mathematically you get 0 point something, but in this case, in case of Java, whole number divided by whole number will always give you a whole number, that means 0. Okay, so it will remain as it is. So division, when you divide, it gives you 0. So 6 divided by 7 will give you 0 minus 20 plus 3. Then you have this operator will be solved. 3 plus 20, that is 23, minus 0 will give you the answer as 23. Okay, so this is how we solve them. So I guess you have understood how 23 has come as the answer. Now we'll make use of the next one, that is the increment and decrement operator. Okay, now there are two things in this case, like for example plus plus x or minus minus x. It is a unary operator basically, which takes a single operand at a time. So here this one is also known as prefix operator. It is a prefix operator, which means x is equals to x plus 1 or x is equals to x minus 1. Similarly, when the operators are present after the variable, then in that case it is known as postfix operator. So in case of postfix, it is x plus plus or x minus minus. Now in both the cases, here x is equals to x plus 1 and here x is equals to x minus 1. That means either increase by 1 or decrease by 1. So when the operators that precede the operand, then in that case it is known as a prefix operator, whereas in case that is, this prefix can be either increment, prefix increment or prefix decrement operator. And the second one is your postfix, that is when the operator is after that, what you call is after the operand. Okay, and they both mean, say, either plus plus x or x plus plus. They both have the same meaning, that is called x equals to x plus 1. Okay, or x equals to x minus 1. All right, so there is another operator that is called shorthand operator, which I will be telling you later. Okay, so please remember this is postfix and the prefix. Now let's try to understand what is the rules related to prefix and postfix. Rules that are associated. In case of prefix, we write first change, then use. Change means increase or decrease by 1, and use means print. Okay, and postfix means first, just opposite, first use, then change. So first print and then you increase or decrease. I'll give you an example over here. Okay, just try to understand this and I'm going to give you an example. So suppose x is equals to 5, and then we have system.out dot println. Okay, if I am printing, okay, println, here if I write plus plus x, the first case, and the second case if it is same thing, system dot out dot println x plus plus. Now what is the difference between the two? In the first case, what happens is first increase by 1. So here it is prefix. So prefix means first change, that is first increase. If it is plus plus, if it is minus minus, then decrease. So first increase or decrease by 1 and then print. So here what happens in the first case, the output. If you look at the output, in the first case, first it is going to increase by 1. So 5 is going to get increased by 1, it becomes 6. And then 6 is printed. So the output you get is 6 in the first case. In the second case, what happens? X, it is postfix. That means first print the value of x and then increase or decrease, which makes no sense. Okay. So here what happens is first increase the value of x, that is x is 5. So 5 is printed. And then what happens? It increases, it becomes a 6. So it has no meaning because we have already printed. So this is what exactly happens. Okay. And one more thing is, that is plus plus, postfix and prefix operators, or increment and decrement operator to be more precise, they always have an impact over the same variables that are used in an expression. Okay. So let us try to understand this one. Then here we have, like for example, int y is equals to 5, x is equals to y plus plus minus plus plus y. So what will be the value of x? Since y is 5, so it is postfix means first print the value. So 5 will be printed, then it will become 6. As it becomes 6, it goes over here because there is a y over here. So 6 goes this side. So bring this minus sign here. Then after that, before it could be printed, it is, 6 is coming here, but before it could be printed, it is increasing by 1. So as 6 is increasing by 1, it becomes 7. That means 7. Therefore, x is equals to 5 minus 7 becomes minus 2 as the answer. So this is how we solve increment and decrement operators along with the other arithmetic operators. Okay. Then we move on to the next one. The next one is your conditional operator. In the conditional operator, we have the first operator to be used is a relational operator. In the relational operator, okay, in a relational operator, what happens? We have less than, greater than, less than, equal to. This is not equal to. See how in Java not equal to is written. Not equal to. Then how to check equal to? This is also equal to sign. Double equal to means it checks whether the first operand is equals to the second operand or not. Okay. Then you have less than equal to. You have already given. Then we have a greater than equal to. I did not give. So greater than equal to. So these are the relational operators. Now what are relational operators? Relational operators are those operators that draws a relationship between two or more constants or variables. Like for example, x greater than 5. So x is a variable and 5 is a constant. Or I can write over here x not equals to y. So both are variables. Or I can write 5 double equals to 6. Remember, they always return Boolean value. All the conditional operators will return Boolean value. That is, the answer will always be either true or false. Okay. So like for example, in this case, is 5 equals to 6? Certainly not. So answer in this case will be false. Now x and y, if I take so it depends on the value that I assign to x and y. So depending upon them, the result will be either true or false. I hope it is clear to you. Okay. Then we have the next operator, that is a logical operator. It's a logical operator we have. It draws a relationship between two or more given expressions. So expressions are formed when we use the relational operator. So like for example, or the arithmetic operator. So here the logical operator we have, which draws a relationship between two or more given expressions. There are three logical operators. The first one to be used is always not. Not is a logical operator, but not equal to is a relational operator. Then we have and. You will find ampersand. Okay. and then there is OR. So OR will be solved. That is one single perpendicular line. That is parallel. What you call a straight line. Okay, a perpendicular line represents OR. So first NOT will be solved always. Then AND will be solved. Then OR will be solved. Okay, like for example, I'm giving a NOT. Like for example, I write over there 5 not equal to 6. Yes. So since it is also a conditional operator, it will also give us the answer in that is true or false. So that means true. 5 is not equal to 6. Yes, it is true. Okay. Then what do you call this one? X greater than Y and X greater than Z. That means X is greater than Y, at the same time X is greater than Z. So this is an expression. This is also an expression here. Okay. So in fact here this should have been a little more precise. I would like to make it like X plus Y, okay, then greater than 6, okay, and here not. So X plus Y, suppose X is 3, Y is 4, so 3 plus 4 is 7, 7 greater than 6, yes. So the answer will here in this case will be not and true. What is the meaning of not true? Not true means false. Okay, which is not true, that means false. Not of this particular expression. So this is an expression. Okay. Then we have the next one, that is X greater than Z, Y and X greater than Z. It depend on the value of X and Y that we have taken. Suppose if it is 3 and 4. So 3 and 4, is 3 greater than 4? No. That means false. I'll write false over here X. And then this way. X, suppose Z is say 5. Is X greater than Z? No. So again here it is false. So false and false will give you the ultimate answer as false. Then we have the OR. Okay. In case of OR, we have X greater than Y, or sorry, there are double ampersands that I used, not a single ampersand but double ampersand. So OR will be double pipe and then X greater than Z. That means either X is greater than Y or X is greater than Z or both. That is the meaning. Either X is greater than Y or X is greater than Z or both. That is greater than both X and Z. Okay, that's a logical operator. Please go through your textbook so that you'll be able to understand even better. Okay, then we have the next one, that is your assignment operator. Assignment operator. The first one is your shorthand operator. This shorthand operator works along with the the arithmetic operator and the equal to sign, like plus equal to, minus equal to, modulus equals to, multiplication equals to, and division equals to. I'll give an example. X plus equals to 5. What is the meaning of this? It means X is equals to X plus 5. If I write X minus equals to 10, it means X is equals to X minus 10. If I write X modulus equals to 3, it means X is equals to X modulus 3. Means X is divided by 3 and the remainder will get stored into X again. Then X multiplication equals to 4. It means X is equals to X into 4. And X slash equals to say 9. That means X is equals to X divided by 9. That is the meaning. This is how we have the expression. So this is called a shorthand operator. And the next operator is your simple operator, simple assignment operator, that is called equal to sign. Okay, the equal to sign that we use, like that is for assigning the value X equals to 5. That's all. So now what happens basically, what is the difference between, suppose if you get a question like this, what is the difference between this operator and this operator? So the first thing is that this one is a relational operator, okay, and this one is an assignment operator. First difference. Second difference is here it returns Boolean value. Remember, it returns Boolean value. And this one, equal to sign, it returns the value that is of the data of the variable, value of the type of variable. Okay, Suppose if it is integer, it will whole number, it will return the whole number, it will store whole number. If it is a floating, it will store floating. If it is boolean, it will store boolean, like that. So it will return the value of the type of variable. So this is what basically is all about the what you call today's class. I hope you all have understood. Okay, and in case you have any problem, don't hesitate to ask. Feel free. In the next class, we'll move further. Till then, take care. God bless each one of us.